Hi! Due to the most common cause of injury resulting in hospitalisation in Australia, you may be surprised in learning that it is simply falls. As you can see, falls are a significant burden on our community, impacting on patient quality of life and mortality, as well as costing the healthcare sector millions each year. And I hope to do something about this. The aim of my research project is to quantify the relative increase in falls risk associated with using the anti-epileptic drug pregabalin. So why pregabalin? Well, several classes of medications are known to be high risk factors for falls, including anti-epileptics. Due to the way they work, anti-epileptics interfere with sensory input and balance, and the most common side effects include somnolence and dizziness. So these risk factors all logically increase the potential for falls. So where's the evidence to show that pregabalin is safe to use without increasing falls risk, or vice versa? Well, the relationship between anti-epileptic drugs and falls risks is well documented in the literature and has been observed in patients of all ages, most notably the elderly. However, these studies have not included pregabalin. Only a handful of studies have looked at the relationship between pregabalin and falls risk, and these have all been limited by small sample sizes and confounding comorbidities, which all limit the strength of the observations, meaning that no definitive conclusion has been reached. And this is where my research project fits in. I'm conducting a cost-free, low-risk study, retrospective study at the Calvary Hospital in Canberra, looking at patient records for the patients who were admitted due to falls or who had a fall in hospital between two time periods, 2014 and 2017/18. The first piece of information I'll be collecting will be the medications that these patients were taking. From this, I'll be able to see how many patients who had falls were taking pregabalin and whether this is reflective of the amount of pregabalin dispensed to the general population or whether this is disproportionately high. The next part of my research will be to use a validated falls risk calculator to assign each patient a falls risk score based on their current medications. From this, pregabalin is not included in this tool, therefore I'll be able to see whether the nature and frequency of falls in patients taking pregabalin are more than, less than, or equivalent to those in patients with different risk scores who weren't taking pregabalin. So from this, we'll be able to gain insight into the relative increase in falls risk associated with using pregabalin, and this can easily be determined using a chi-square test. So the process of data collection was started in August of this year, and by the end of September, about 350 patient records are estimated to have been analysed, with write-up happening in October and publication in November. So since it was listed on the PBS in 2012, the number of dispensings of pregabalin has significantly increased. However, we don't know the falls risk, meaning that prescribers may be unintentionally increasing this risk. So with the information from my study, prescribers should hopefully have better guidance, which will hopefully minimise the health and economic burden of falls in Australia. Thank you.